All right, everyone, let's go ahead and get started on this. All right, so this is the law of science, and this is just basically looking at trying to find out the missing information. This is just looking at just triangles and whatnot, not really solving any problems or solving any word problems. So number one, solve or find AC, and AC you can see it's across from angle B, so we'll call this one B. All right, and then let's see, we have 24, but we don't have the angle C, but it looks like we can find that on the calculator. So take 180, subtract 118, subtract 22. And that gets you, not much better, but that gets you 40 degrees. Okay, so I can utilize the law of sines with 24 over the sine of 40 degrees. So that's what I'm going to start with. 24 over the sine 40 degrees. That's going to equal, I'm going to call this B over the sine of 22 degrees. Because the B, if you notice, the B and the 22 are across from each other. Okay. Okay. To do this, just multiply by sine 22 both sides. So I will do this on this first one only. But I will get B equals 24 times sine 22 degrees over sine 40 degrees. And then when you do a couple of these, you'll get the hang of it. All right. So like I said, this is the first, I'll do this the first time only, right? To show you what's going to happen. But I mean, you can imagine this just moving and sitting up here with a 24 because it's on the bottom and now it's going to go to the top. So that's what's really going to happen. Okay. So 24 times sine of 22. And if you use a calculator, it's going to be just like this divided by sine of 40. Okay, before you do anything, check to see you're in degree mode, which you are. Quit out of there, and then just hit enter, and 13.98. And round your answer to the nearest tenth, which means one decimal place. All right, so nearest tenth means one decimal place. So my answer, B equals 13.98, and the 8's going to round the 9 up, so I'm going to say what? 14.0. That's my answer. Oh, and it's not really B, right? They want us to use AC. So we'll say AC is actually 14.0. Okay, find AB. AB, and if you notice, is across from C. So we're going to call that C. And again, let's see. I don't need to find anything extra because I have this 44 degrees and 7. So I can set that up as 7 over sine of 44 is equal to, and then again, I'm going to set it up this way, is equal to my C over sine of 53 degrees. Again, so C is just going to equal 7 times sine of 53, and you don't even need to hit the times on this calculator. Okay, other calculators you may need to. So C equals 7 times sine of 53 divided by sine of 44. And I get C equals 8.04 or 8.0 because they want to round to the nearest tenth. And it's not really C, right? It's actually AB. So we'll call this one A. B equals 8.0. 3. They want BC. BC is across from A. So BC is right here. It's across from angle A. So we're going to call that one little a. So you want, I mean, you can start writing it as A over sine of 39. because we're talking about these two right here. In this case, the only other side I know is 27, so I can't use that 51. So I need to figure this angle over here. So I need to go 180, take away 51, take away 39. That gets you 90. Oh, that's a 90-degree angle. Cool. Okay, but I'm going to go ahead and use the law of sines anyway. So then that means I'm going to do the 27 over sine of 90. That's going to equal 27 is the side over the sine 90 degrees. Okay, so my A is going to be 27 times, multiply the sine of 39 over, so 29 times sine of 39 divided by sine of 90. And we know sine of 90 is 1. So really, actually could have just done SOHCAHTOA one here. This one, the answer is A equals 16.99. If you round it nearest 10th, that means you're going to get 17.0. Right, and it's actually, we want BC. So my final answer would be BC equals 17.0. Okay, this one right here looks like I don't need the other angle, so I'm going to go 180 minus 101 minus 63. That gives me 16 for my little angle over here. Okay, because I will need to use a 16 and the 9 because they're opposite of each other. So I will need to set this up as 9 over sine of 16 degrees. That's going to equal, and what am I looking for? Right? I'm looking for AB, which is opposite of C. So I'm going to go ahead and call that little c. So this would be little c over sine, and that's across from the angle 63. Okay, so sine of 63 degrees. All right, so again, doing the work, multiply both sides by sine of 63, and you will end up on the right-hand side with 9 times sine of 63 divided by sine of 106, or sine of 16. So you will get C equals 29.1, actually, this one. And they want AB, so this one is going to be A, B. Okay, number 5. Looks like I got 16, but I need the B. So I'm going to need to do 180 minus 93 minus 58. That gets me 29 for this. So I can start this with 16 over sine of 29. Because 16 and 29 are across from each other. They're both B's. 29 is angle B and 16 is side B. And that's going to be set equal to, and then what am I looking for? BC. BC is this side, which is across from, so I'll call that A. Okay, that's A. So we'll call that A over sine of 93 degrees. Multiply both sides by sine of 93 to cancel this side out, and you get sine of 93 showing up on this side. So A equals 16 times sine of 93. Close that parentheses, divided by sine of 29. Close that parentheses. You get A equals 32.95. The 5 rounds a 9 up, the 9 rounds a 2 up, so A equals 33. And that's BC. So you can leave it as A, I don't mind. But I'm going to go ahead and call it by what it really is, and they want you to find BC. So I'm going to say BC equals 33. Okay, 6. Oh, so these are going to start talking about angles. So it says find the measure of angle C, right? So you can't do anything about this angle because you got 2 of them missing, right? So you can't do anything there, but you can do some relationships. So I'm going to go ahead and start off with these 2 right here because these are both A. So we have A, which is 26, over angle A, which is the sine of angle A, 88, and that's an equal. What are we looking for? C, huh? So we're looking for that down there. Okay, and we don't really care about this one, that angle. So we'll say, so the side opposite of that is going to be the 21. So we'll say it's equal to 21 over the sine of angle C. And luckily, I don't have to rename any of these because these are all the way it should be. I'm going to go ahead and do a quick flip because I want that C to be on top. Or, I mean, it's up to you how you want to do it. I'm going to call this sine of C over 21 equals sine 88 over 26. And I'm going to go ahead, and since this is the first one of this kind, I'm going to go ahead and do the whole thing for it. I'm going to go ahead and multiply both sides by 21. These are going to cancel and multiply by 21. So you will have sine C equals 21 times sine 88 degrees over 26. Okay. And then to wrap it up, I need to do an inverse sine of both sides. So I need to do a sine inverse there, and I need to do a sine inverse of all of this. So I would get C equals sine inverse of 21 sine 88 over 26. Okay, I know it's a little sloppy there, but I will end up with C equals, and then that's what I need to put into my calculator. So sine inverse 21 sine 88, close that off, divided by 26, close that off. Okay, that's going to be give me 53.8 as rounded up. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and double check that. Looking at my angles, does 53 seems reasonable? Yeah, I mean, I think it seems reasonable. If this is 88, this looks a little smaller, so I think this 53.8 seems reasonable. Okay, that was C, or sorry, that was 6, angle C. 7. Same scenario, actually. I'm going to go ahead and start it up with 29 over sine of 82. So I'll start up here. 29 over sine 82 degrees. That's an equal, and we're looking for angle C again. So we're going to say, and across from angle C is 20. So we're going to go ahead and do 20 over sine of C. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and flip both of those. So this will be sine C over 20 equals sine 82 degrees over 29. All right, so kind of working your magic. I mean, you can pause now if you don't want to get ruined, but I will end up with C equals, all right, so multiply both sides by 20 and the inverse sine both sides. So I will have inverse sine of 20 times sine of 82 divided by 29, just like that. I will end up with 43.07. So round to nearest tenth would be 43.1 degrees. Oops, and I forgot degrees on the last one. And this is angle C. This is degrees. Okay, that's 7. Number 8. Let's see. Oh, same scenario. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna get rid of the rest of this because we already finished this. Okay. So we have 26 and 103 degrees together. So I'm gonna write this as 26 over 100 and sine of 100. See, I got a little anxious there. Sine of 103 degrees. That's gonna equal, and then I'm looking for angle C. Man, I'm actually all of these I'm looking for angle C. So this would be the 6 over angle C. So it'd be 6 over sine of C. Okay, so go ahead. I'm going to flip both of them. So sine of C over 6 equals sine 103 degrees over 26. Same scenario, multiply both sides by 6, which just means you get a 6 in front of the sine, and then do inverse sine of both sides to get your C. So your C will equal inverse sine of 6 times sine of 103 divided by sine of 26. Double parentheses. Oh, maybe not. Oh, no double parentheses. Wait a minute. Did I type something wrong? Let's see. See, 6 over sine of C. Yep. And 26 over sine of 100. Flip it around. So sine inverse of 6 over sine of 103 degrees divided by sine of, oh, just divided by 26. I don't know why I put sine of 26. Sheesh. Well, somebody could have told me that. There, 12.99. And let's see if that makes sense. That was a little weird. Okay. I put sine of 26 and it should just be C equals 12.99. So that's about 13 degrees. All right. And if you look at this, yeah, that looks hecka small. That looks about 13 degrees. So I will believe that. Okay. Bell's going to ring in a bit. Better hurry up. Exam period is about to end. Okay. Find A. Oh, finally A. Let's see. So A is what I'm looking for. So if I wanted to do this, I can say A and 11 are together. So I can write this as 11 over sine of A. That's going to equal, and then let's see. Now, if you look here, 129, I mean, which angle is that? Right? Would it be angle C or angle B? 129 is a huge angle. That's got to be angle B. Right? So I'm going to go ahead and say angle B is 129. That means opposite is 33. So it's going to be 33. So we're going to go 33 over angle B. 33 over sine 129.
Students, tennis practice is canceled for today. Tennis practice is canceled for today. Today's snack is plain bagel with cream cheese, celery stick with peanut butter, bananas, string cheese, fruit punch, and the choice of chocolate, strawberry, or white milk. This snack is free for all students, so make sure to head on over to the second lunch window to pick up your snack. For Clinical Club,
multiply both sides by 11, so you would get,
school,
and then you got to do sine inverse.
Club members, head on over to
11 sine of 129.
The weight room
Close that
will
off.
open at 4 o'clock.
Divided by 33.
The weight room will open at 4 p.m.
15 degrees.
Glass painting club and origami club in room 703 for all students.
And look at A, it's pretty skinny.
In the library, we have gaming club, chess club, Lego club,
Number
virtual
10.
reality club, and 3D printing club. All these clubs are free for all students. The
Is it
library
together?
is open until 6:15.
So we're going to go 22.
There's 2 late buses today, 4:45 and 6 o'clock late bus.
97 degrees.
Once again, the weight room
Looking
will
for
be
C.
open at 4 o'clock. Thank you. Go Redcats.
So we have 19 over the sine of C. And we don't know what C is. That's why we're trying to figure it out. I'm going to flip them both around. So sine of C over 19 equals sine of 97 degrees over 22. Again, same thing. And I showed you with that first example, I believe number 6 or something like that. Multiply both sides by 19. So you get 19 sine 97 over 22. And then you need to do inverse sine of sine. So that would give you C equals inverse sine of 19 sine 97. Close that off. Divided by 22. Close that off. And you come up with 59 degrees. And we can double check that. Right, just kind of, I mean, it's not drawn to scale, but we're saying angle C, could that possibly be 59 degrees? Yeah, I mean, if angle A is 97 and C looks like it's a little bit less than 90 degrees. So that's probably it. All right, folks, that was that. See you tomorrow.